Hello and welcome to another episode of the Mikkel Frost Show. Today we're going to do the same things as we do every day. That's right. And what that is right here on the screen. Should be right now. You can see all the different segments, all the different parts. We got current games. We got up close and personal. What the fuck am I talking about? Up close and personal. There's no such word as personal. Personal. I think I'll invent that word. Personal. Up close and personal. Movie of the week, and finally the spotlight. And let's just jump right into it. There we go. With current games, and there's been some changes. First, I am still playing Klonoa. Klonoa. Is that the name of the game? The game of the name? The name of the game? Klonoa Door to Pandemile. I have come a bit further in it, but I'm still playing it, loving it. It's kind of hard. I'm not used to that kind of gaming, and it can be kind of difficult, but super fun. And I have finished Sniper Elite V2. I'm not gonna do a review of it right now, because I have my review series for that. But let's just say one good thing about it and one bad thing about it. First off, let me just say I loved the game. It was an awesome game. So one good thing about it would be the environment. I really like how they managed to kind of show that there's a war. You're in a war zone. Sometimes you're like in a more quiet part of the war where it's just ruins and stuff like that, and of course soldiers. But other times you can see like explosions in the background, smokes. You can see zeppelins and planes up in the air. The atmosphere and the feeling of war is really, really shining through amazingly. One bad thing about the game, and believe me, there were a lot of bad things, but the good overshined the bad by far. It was an amazing game. But one good bad thing, just to mention one, was that at times the the enemies seemed to be shooting me through the wall. I could see like ends of rifle out through the wall, and they were actually shooting me. At one time, I think there was five or so people standing behind a closed door, shooting me through the door. Sometimes even their faces like peeked through the closed door. And I could actually shoot them all. And after I shot them all, the door opened. I think that was a bug. But the really annoying part was basically when you expected to be hidden because you could not see anybody in windows or anywhere, and then all of a sudden you get shot because someone was hiding behind a wall and he shoots you through this wall. So that was kind of a bug in the game, but there were a lot of small annoyances, and I'll get into that in my review series at one point. But I loved the game. It was an amazing game and a really great experience. Another change that's been, I have dropped Dungeons and Dragons Online. I love the game, but I don't know, just not at the moment. But I took another MMO I wanted to try out, and that was Rift. And so far, I don't know if this is something I'll start playing on a regular basis. But so far, the game is actually pretty cool. I love the game, and I really should think about getting a roof for this place. That's just, oh yeah, I tried to set day to morning and dawn, but there was no such thing. Weather. Clear. And that was better. But yeah, Rift so far, like I said, it's a cool game. I have not found a replacement for Sniper Elite yet. I think I'm gonna finish Door to Pandemile. Klonoa. I have it written down somewhere. I really can't remember the name because it is not a word that you usually use. But yeah, I'm gonna finish that, and then I'll probably go back to the old routine where I play like one more action-based game and one adventure game. And these are, of course, games that I'm playing off channel just for myself. Let's get into first person and go out into the village. Uh, Jumping over the counter. Uh, yeah. Hello. Oh, they're all running away. They hate me? I mean, I built a lot of stuff for you. You should not hate me. Oh, you don't. Hi. He actually said hi back. That was cool. That was my snake. Um, I really need to fix up some of these things. This church, for instance, is... I haven't done anything with this church. And this building is untouched as well. I think that's the only two. This one is basically mostly untouched, but I have put a projector inside it. But this building here and the church, I haven't actually fixed in any way. But let's come over to see what I have done. Oh, I have to go this way around. I have to follow the path system, which I have made. I wish there was like stairs. Maybe I should just play some cobblestone stairs or wooden stairs. As you can see over here, next to the park, there's a lot of people here. Hello, hi. As you can see here, there's a new building. I don't know if I like the looks, but the problem is that roof, after a while, you can see I have a lot of different roofs, and after a while, it's hard to like keep building new roofs, because I don't want all the roofs to look the same, but I guess some of them can. But this is a comic book store. You see comics and graphic novels. This is a trash can. I thought I needed something outside. Let's go inside. And yes, this is very small and cramped. But this is how I like my comic book stores. You can see those comics here. We got a big poster. We got some action figures. Collecting items. We have comics in these. You can see there's some empty spots. And this is very unorganized. That's because people who go into comic book stores, some people at least, just take the comics up, look at them, and don't care where they put them back. And that's annoying. But still. And yeah. As you can see, here's the counter where the guy who sells the comic books would be, and that's where I'll be right now. Because up close and personal this week is all about my love for comics, as you probably already could tell from the title of the video, especially Marvel Comics. I've always been a really big fan of Marvel Comics, but with that said, I have also been fans of other comics. I have in my collection some DC, some Malibu, some Image, some Kitchen Sink. I think I have a few Dark Horse, and other companies as well, but Marvel is my number one collection, and it's been ages. It's almost been, it's almost been a decade since I bought comics on a regular basis. Um, Mostly because I got into some financial trouble. Not really trouble, but my budget just couldn't afford anymore. Now it actually can, but now it's sometimes it's hard to get back into old habits and stuff like that. But I still have comics in my collection I haven't read yet. So, but yeah, Marvel has always been. I used to buy like between 4 and 8 comics a week, which was hard, not nearly enough because I wanted it all. I've always been one of those guys that want, because the thing with Marvel Comics is that the stories, something that happens in one comic might affect something that happened in another, and Marvel Comics is one of the best big worlds. They created a whole world, a universe that that connects instead of just random stories and stuff like that. And that is what I love about Marvel Comics. So I wanted, of course, everything. I wanted the Avengers, I wanted X-Men, and just all the X series like X Factor, X Force, New Mutants, X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, Wolverine, Cable. I wanted the Fantastic Four, Adam Warlock, and stuff like that. And it's hard to really collect everything like that. So, but yeah, I really really love Marvel, and mostly two areas. Oh, sorry, I hit my mouse. Two areas of the Marvel universe that I really love is the mutant stuff, like X-Men and X-Force and stuff like that, Wolverine, and the more galactic Marvel, as I like to call it. We have stuff like Adam Warlock, the Silver Surfer, Captain Marvel, and stuff like that. But also all the other stuff like Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. Always been a big fan of Spider-Man. Um, I think one of my favorite comics of all time is a comic book. Is a mini series called The Infinity Gauntlet. It's a 6 issue mini series on in a galactic kind of Marvel, and it's just it's amazing. It's so well written. And I really, this is something I've read again and again. It was followed up by two other series, the Infinity War and the Infinity Crusade, and later and there was another series called the Infinity Abyss, which has kind of a connection with the others. And among X-Men, I really enjoyed the Phoenix Saga, Execution Song, um, Extinction Agenda, Inferno, the Messiah Complex, stuff like that. And I don't know I remember when I was younger, I really wanted to be a superhero, and well, let's face it, I still want to be a superhero. Uh, I created entire superhero universes inside my head and stuff like that, and that's one of the things I liked about Marvel Comics was that you really felt in many ways that it was not not real, but it was a everything seemed to be you felt their feelings. That was that you felt their pain, you felt their joy. They got married, they died. Someone turned out to be gay. Someone turned out to be went from good to being evil, or the other way around. People who were a couple split up and stuff like that. It was more than just action. It was more than just people with superpowers. These are real people, and of course not real people, but you understand what I'm saying. And that's what I really, really, really loved about the Marvel universe and comic books in a general. And rather than just reading a book and then the book ends and you like feel that you wanted to know the characters more. To that, with that said, I really don't read much. Well, not at all. Normal books because I don't know. I've never been able to focus or concentrate on reading a book. Unfortunately, because I really wish I really would like to read more, but I guess I have my comics instead, and like I said, like I was talking saying, one of the good things about a comic is that it doesn't end. It continues. You feel it expands upon the subject. You don't. The, I'm I lost my train of thought. Um, but yeah, the comic book doesn't just end. You feel you can the story continues, and that's and think about Marvel. They started in the 1930s and have created an entire universe, expanding upon the universe ever since. I haven't read some of the newest stuff, so I don't. To be honest, I really don't know what's going on in the Marvel universe at the moment. But and I am going to try to catch up somehow at one point. Um, the Marvel movies, there's been a few good, but to be honest, I've been kind of disappointed. If you look at it from a comic book lover's perspective, not really that many of the Marvel movies has been successful. I really love the X-Men movies. I liked, but I thought they could have been made a lot better. They were clearly not made for just X-Men fans. They were made for like everybody, and that's. I wish they would have stayed more true to the stories. Also, with the Fantastic Four, I must say the Fantastic Four wasn't as bad. Movies wasn't as bad as everybody makes them out to be, in my opinion. They're not good, but they're not as bad. The worst, I think, the worst Marvel movie I've seen so far was actually the Punisher War Journal thing. It was kind of, I think, I never understood why they made that. The Thomas Jane Punisher movie was amazing, and then they kind of tried to make a new one. And first of all, he's British, or at least a British sounding. Maybe it was Australian. I don't know, but he wasn't American. That accent he had was not an American accent. The Punisher is clearly American. American. He's from New York. So, and also they made him too young. The same thing happened with oh yeah, Ghost Rider. That's a bad movie. And they made. Why did they choose Nicolas Cage? In the comic books, the guy is a young blonde. And Nicolas Cage actually dyed his hair black for the role. I mean, what the fuck? That was a bad movie. The Electra movie was bad as well. Uh, the new Spider-Man was horrible. The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. That was really bad. I wish they would have just kind of continued with the Tobey Maguire one. So what if the third movie was bad? They could have made a fourth movie that was good. What's with all the reboots? The X-Men reboot, they say it's not a reboot, it's a prequel, but no, it's a reboot. Come on, admit it. They're talking about rebooting the Fantastic Four as well. So yeah, they weren't that good, but couldn't they just try to make a new movie? That's the thing with movie directors these days. They give up too soon. It's like, oh yeah, let's just drop this series. Let's reboot it. Whatever. I don't know. But yeah, video games of the Marvel, really awesome. I mean, X-Men Legends 2, as I play on this channel, is amazing. And am going to be playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance on this channel as well at some time. And all the old Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis Marvel games are amazing. I remember the one called, what's it called? War of the Gems? No. Marvel Superheroes? I can't remember what it was called, but it was based on the Infinity War comic, which was one, of course, a continuing of my favorite comic, the Infinity Gauntlet. So that was pretty exciting to play that on I think that was the Super Nintendo. So yeah, my favorite Marvel characters is Adam Warlock. Not many people know Adam Warlock. He's kind of like he's the perfect being. He was created in a lab here on Earth to be the perfect being, but he was, I guess, he had a lot of superpowers. And when he found out what his creators wanted to use him for, like I think it was world domination, so he decided to just kill them and leave. And he had some fights with some of the greatest of the Earth heroes, like the Fantastic Four and Thor and stuff like that. And I think he won actually. And then he kind of just decided to leave Earth, and he has later served as kind of like a guardian of the universe kind of thing. And I think he's a member of the Guardians of the Universe comic book, and I think there's going to be a movie of that, which I really think is going to suck. They can't make stuff like that, especially not when they're not taking a lot of the characters have a lot of backstory. You can't do that. Never mind. But another one of my favorite characters is Cable of the X-Men, son of Cyclops and the Goblin Queen. I really love that character. He's like a mutant that also uses a lot of guns and stuff like that, and really, I mean, really, really cool character. Always loved him. Kind of a badass. But I think that's enough for now about comics, and I really love comics and Marvel especially, which of course you already got from this. Hope it wasn't too chaotic. Oh, whoa, oh look at this. Oh, whoa, oh. Well, that was a bit weird. Let's just take a comic book to read on the way. It's just called Book, and it's a worst title ever. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you like comic in the comments if you like comic books, and especially what your favorite Marvel character is. And I'm not talking about characters from the movies. I mean, they are the same, but I have a feeling that a lot of the time when people are talking about, oh, my favorite character, they are referring to movies rather than the comics because it's always some of the movie characters. The character, and I guess yeah, the characters that have been made it into the movies are of course some of the popular ones, but I don't know. Does everybody just like the popular ones? I guess I don't know. I guess that's why they're popular, but still. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going to the cinema. Hi. I like that they answer me when I say hi. Uh, yeah, I didn't actually say hi. I just. Okay. Oh, nice. Are you a blacksmith kind of guy? Yeah, you are. I'd like to buy. No, never mind. I don't have any money. Let's head in here. Ta da 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 da. That's still very close. Uh. We have come now to a little thing I like to call Movie of the Week. Now, I've seen a lot of movies this past week, and basically, not a lot of them qualified to Movie of the Week. A lot of them sucked, and some of them came close. And actually, before revealing the Movie of the Week, I'm going to talk about what the one of the ones that got close because I really want to mention this movie, and that was Prometheus, the uh, Alien prequel, I guess you could call it, by Ridley Scott. Now, I thought that was a great movie, but the one thing that I really didn't like about it was the fact that it they seemed to just skip a lot. They could have like expanded on a lot of the things in the movies, and they just seem to rush through it. I would rather have seen that as a series, like a mini series or something, rather than a movie. So with like maybe 6 episodes, like 45 minutes long each, because there was so much in that movie they could have expanded upon. It was an okay movie, and if they had expanded upon a lot of these things, I thought it would be have been a great movie. But now it's because of the limitations, especially the time limit of the movie, it becomes merely great entertainment, but not a great movie. I mean, I don't know if you understand my what I mean by that, but entertainment for me is when you just need to like be entertained, just meh, in a mood, in like, oh yeah, I want to watch something that just entertains me. A great movie is something that really keeps you wanting more, I guess. No, not really. That's actually wouldn't be a great movie. A great movie is something that just keeps you glued to the screen and makes you sometimes maybe makes you think. And Prometheus just didn't do that for me. Now, the movie of the week that I did choose, that really made me, that stood out among all the other movies I've seen the past week, was, I already mentioned this actually in my movies review, and that is The Big Heat. This is a film noir film from 1950 something. I can't remember exactly when. This is a movie about a cop that is set to investigate what appears to be a suicide of another cop. And he thinks that there's more to it than this, and he starts to dig deeper, and he talks to another person, his mistress, and when she turns up dead, he knows that something is not right, but someone has decided that to shut down the case, and this just confirms his theory that something is not right and that there's a lot of corruption. And this movie shows a lot how hard it can be to fight corruption within the system. This is film noir in its classic form. I think it was one of the late end of the film noir time period. But this is an amazing movie. It has Lee Marvin in an amazing role. He plays a mean and sadistic criminal. It's not the kind of role I'm usually have seen Lee Marvin in. But I haven't actually watched that many movies with Lee Marvin, I guess. Mostly just some war movies and westerns and stuff like that. So it was quite strange to see him in a role like this, and also that young. Like I said, I'll mention it in my film noir video on my movie review. If you haven't watched that yet, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the comment as well as, of course, a link to the movie of the week. Um, but yeah. But with that said, Prometheus is a great movie, and I would recommend you see it. But it could have been better, a lot better, if they had made it. They should have expanded upon a lot of the universe and about the things that happen in the movie, and more character development in the movie, because it shows potential, but it doesn't deliver, unfortunately. A lot of people would probably disagree with me, and that's okay, because we're all entitled to our own opinion. Well, let's see what these two think about the movie. So, dude, what do you think of Prometheus? Hmm. Yeah. Okay. How about you? Hey, sir, what do you think about Prometheus? Oh. Okay. I'm gonna leave now. Oh. Sorry. Oh, you're probably happy about that. Yeah. Look at him. He's. Yeah. Ah. Anyway, back to the studio. Close the door after me. And actually, I forgot to turn this off. This has just been on like for a week. It's kind of. Oh God, the electric bill is going to be high. I'm a lumberjack. No, wait. I'm not a lumberjack. I'm a koala. Koalas can't be lumberjacks. That's in the law. Oh. I thought that was a creeper. Well, it's just a cactus. That's kind of fucked up. That creepers look like cactuses, cacti, or other way around. But yeah, I have a book in my hand. Let's get rid of that. No time for read comic books now. Kind of weird that there hasn't even been a day. Maybe it was nighttime when I was inside the comic book store and I just didn't notice. That must have been it. But yeah, come to the last part of the video, which is the spotlight, where I talk about another YouTube channel that I would like to recommend. And this time it's a big one. It's an old one. It's a classic one. It's Classic Game Room. This is a game review channel. This is actually, they started, as there were two, now there only one, there were two people. They started back in the, I think it was the late 90s, early 2000s. They had, before YouTube, they had a game room, a show called Game Room, where they would sit down and review games. And then, some years later, one of the guys decided to put up the old videos on YouTube, and also he started making some new ones. And I think he's still making new ones. I'm actually not sure, because I've been watching a lot of the old ones lately, and I haven't. Oh, I just realized I've been watching a lot of his videos, but haven't subscribed yet. That's because I have just had the channel open in a browser fan? Yeah, fan. No, wait. Yes, now it's nighttime, almost. But yeah, but I should probably subscribe to the channel. But it's really cool. He reviews a lot of old school channels, and I'm just going to do that. So he's reviewing a lot of old school games, and also a lot of new games and stuff like that. And it's really, I like his approach to them. He's honest. Even though the game is not really a game he might have want to play, he's still fair in saying that it's a good game, even if it's not his kind of game. And that's the best way to make a review. The videos are short and to the point, and he's funny as well, in my opinion. It's really, really nice to see him play some of the older games. Especially, just recently, one of the videos I saw of the Classic Game Room was the Super Mario Brothers on the Atari 2600. That was just nostalgia to me because I had that game. That was one of the very first video games I ever played. The first I played was was Pong, on a Pong system, I think. Actually, right after the Pong system, I bought the Atari 2600 and I bought Mario Brothers. I'm not talking about Super Mario Brothers. I'm talking about Mario Brothers. You know, where you should jump up in the roof and turn turtles or turtles and whatever they are on the back, and they're like crabs and like bugs and ice monster things and stuff like that. And this is the first game where Mario actually was in the title, and the first game that introduced Luigi. The first game with Mario was, of course, Donkey Kong. But yeah, it was good seeing him review that game, because that was bringing back a lot of he's played a lot of the old Atari games that I had for my Atari. Um, but yeah, the Classic Game Room, check it out. It's an amazing channel. A lot of videos, um, and reviews and of old games of the Atari 2600 and the other Atari systems and Nintendo systems, Sega, Xbox, PlayStation. I actually don't know if he does PC. I haven't seen all his videos yet, so I don't know if there's also PC games. I hope there is, because I mean that would just mean that there's more. And I like that his his motto is that he's trying to review everything. I can kind of have the same way with movies. I'm trying to watch every movie, and I know it can't be done, just like he can't review everything. But I mean, it's just good to have like a goal, even though you can't accomplish this goal. It's better than no goal at all, in my opinion, I guess. Um, but yeah, that was the spotlight of this week, and will be a link to it down below, of course. Classic Game Room, amazing stuff. And we've come to the end now, and I'm not gonna say that I thought this video was shorter than the others, because I have no fucking idea. And there's some very weird sounds going on. I don't know what the hell's that about. Look at my ears. They're cute. You can. Oh, look at. It's hard to see my ears. Um, I got cute ears. Subscribe, like, comment, favorite. I haven't been getting a lot of likes lately. Does people just not press the like button anymore? I press the like button all the time because I know that it supports the YouTubers and stuff like that. I even got a dislike on one of my videos. It was one of my channel updates, my newest channel update actually. And I don't know what's to dislike in that video. Is it because he didn't like my voice? There's no way to dislike the video. Maybe they don't like that I talk too much. I don't know. I would rather that just that people, if you find the video boring, go away and don't watch it. If you find that, I mean, if the video is not for you, don't press the dislike button. Just don't watch it. Know that I don't know. I've talked about this so many times, and I really don't care. Well, I do. I think that the dislike button is a bad thing. And, I mean, yeah. But yeah, press the like instead. Press the like button. That's a good thing. The like button is your friend. And, subscribe to my channel. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on here, and both in the Mikkel Frost Show and the rest of my channel. I'm not stopping. I'm like the Duracell bunny. I just keep going. I keep going. So yeah, subscribe, like, favorite, comment, jump. And with that, I'm gonna bid you farewell. I'll see you next time. next Tuesday for more of the Mikkel Frost Show, and I'll see you tomorrow for more gaming. Bye.